And talk to me a little bit about what you think you can save the typical airline in percentages, I guess, because you can't talk about absolute numbers, but in terms of percentages.
Basically, airlines are always really, if you know the last 20 years, every 3-4 years they go through a period where there really a lot of airlines go into bankruptcy, things like that. Having said that, the major cost today is fuel. However, fuel is one thing. There are other costs that can be saved as well. You've got to have risk management. You've got to have safety. Look at what happened with Air France. I'm not trying to sort of use that as an advantage, but because of that, the whole world today, regulatory agencies around Europe, North America especially, are looking at real-time monitoring. If you can't find this black box, they have given it till the end of this month to find it. If they find it, great. But the technology is still very old. We need to implement new technology, and we have it. So Star Astrium has that technology. However, fuel is not a small issue. For every pound of fuel you burn, you're creating 3.2 kilograms of. Sorry, every kilogram you're creating 3.2 kilograms of carbon.
That's the environmental side.
Environmental side. Yes, with the carbon tax, which is fair, it looks like to me that it's going to be on soon. It'll be great savings to the airlines as well. Having said that, I would rather err on the side of safety more than fuel. But you asked me a question on how much can an airline save. Depends on how good an airline is being run from the fuel perspective, because we've looked at audits of various, we have looked at airlines, and a couple of them have been audited by consultants we had hired, and you can save anywhere between 3 to 10% of a fuel bill. If you're a small airline with 30 aircraft or 40 aircraft, and I'm only going by 2006 figures, if your fuel bill was $550 million, we could have saved you $55 million. 40 aircraft, our system would cost much less than that. And about 3 to 6 months, you could actually pay for the system.
Right.
After that, it's pure savings. But forget the savings factor. Now security comes in, safety comes in, then you have maintenance issues like FOQA and MOQA, Flight Operations Quality Assurance, which has become very important, because you might have the best airline in the world, but you have to maintain the standards for crew as well as the maintenance standards, MOQA. We are able to assist you in that. So it's not just fuel or just saving money on security or risk management with insurance companies or leasing companies. I personally believe it's a complete package. Yes, you might be a very strong airline in even maintenance, but you might have some issues on other areas that we can help with. Now, you ask a figure on average. Yes, there are companies who have claimed they save $500,000 per aircraft. Unfortunately, I've seen some of their customers go bankrupt. I don't know how much one can save. So I'm not going to give you a figure for an airline per aircraft.
But percentages, 3% to 10%,
3 to 10%.
That's sizable.
It is sizable when you consider fuel is a major cost of running an airline.
I think it's commendable that as a CEO of StarNav that you actually focus on safety. I think that's great. It shows that your heart and the philosophy of the company is in the right place. I guess I push more on the fuel side because unfortunately, one thing I think we've all become accustomed and well aware of now in the last couple of years that big corporations really look at the bottom line when it comes to things.
That's why I said I'll give you safety. I'll sell you safety, but fuel efficiency comes and other efficiency comes free.
Now and I want to talk about the safety for a second. A lot of people don't realize this, but it's not as if if your system was on the Air France flight, you could have guaranteed prevented it from falling out of the sky and crashing. That's not necessarily the guarantee, but I think what's more important people need to realize, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that if Air France and Airbus had that real-time technology, they could have pinpointed the cause and, if necessary, making changes to other Airbus planes around the world as we speak. Unfortunately, by not being able to locate the black box, nobody can say for certain why the plane went down, and potentially that leaves open safety issues that we may not be aware of, but would have been aware of had your system been on the plane. Is that accurate?
Basically, what you just said is because of that accident, people going forward would be assisted. No, with my system, I hate to disagree with you.
All right.
Because we do trend monitoring, we would have done something, and it's not Airbus or Boeing or any aircraft. Every aircraft or every machinery or equipment or vehicle deteriorates with its use. So with our system, we do trend monitoring and we do live flight data analysis. and we use satellite systems which are on 24/7. There are 66 birds in the air with iridium, so we wouldn't have any lost messages. Hindsight is always better than foresight, but I got to tell you one thing. Most people are looking forward from the point of the accident onwards. I'm telling you, we could have helped all along because of trend monitoring and live data, flight data.
Right, and by no means did I mean to imply that you couldn't have. I just said that it wasn't necessarily a guarantee, but
could have.
Right, and you could have, and rightfully so. You absolutely could have, especially through your trend monitoring. We've covered a lot today, and a lot of it's been coming from my end. What do you think we should be talking about that's not necessarily obvious to the shareholders, and what is that's important that we should be discussing about the company, where it's at today, and why you have such a positive outlook for the short, medium, and long term? Because you were there when nobody knew the company. You were there when you had to put your money where your mouth was, when nobody else believed in you, and you had to raise it from relative obscurity to where it's almost a pretty household name in Canada in the small cap community. What do you see going forward from here on out?